What is good, Stackers University? The good doctor is back from a little Vegas getaway. When I was planning this trip, I had this great idea that I was going to record some gold and silver stacking videos, take you on the scene with me and all that good stuff. And well, what can I say? Vegas is simply Vegas. And clearly none of that happened. What did happen last night was me thinking about stacking gold, silver, and platinum as a game similar to the gambling games I've been playing for the last few days. As a serious gambler, one of the things I've noticed is how people approach these games, knowing that the games are rigged in the favor of the casinos, but they still walk up, plop their money down without any thought, strategy, approach, guidelines, or anything to help them even out the odds. They get caught up in the lights, energy, sound, smell, and allow that to drive them to participate in a high monetary risk activity. Doesn't that sound like what some people do in the metals market? We'll save that for another video. More than 15 years ago, I had the great opportunity to take a one-on-one gambling class from a former Vegas pit boss who was actually banned from a number of casinos. While I learned a number of important tactics, one of the most important things he taught me was having a strategy. As we wrap up 2022, I want to spend our time today making sure that we enter 2023 with a strategy that fits the markets as metals have bottomed and look poised to increase moderately in 2023. When a market is moving sideways or down, investors can get away with bad investing habits and even flawed strategy. However, in an uptrending market, your strategy becomes even more vital. So let's cover my essential 8 strategies that will serve as your foundation for stacking in 2023. For the sake of time, I won't be able to cover all of these in great details, but luckily I have a number of videos that you can come back to and dig a little deeper, and I'm certain we will cover some of these topics in the future as well. First things first. If you're a brand new stacker, I hate to tell you this, but you don't have the added luxury of time that many of us have benefited from. So your stacking has to be extra efficient and focused. If you've been stacking for the last 2 or 3 years, you've had the benefit of time to stack and buy all the nonsense coins that you wanted to. So it should be easier for you to focus on being more efficient and getting the most weight that you can for your money. Because in 2023, we no longer can leave ounces on the table because you just want to have that Winnie the Pooh coin. If you're a long-term stacker, just use this list to assess your stack and make adjustments. But let's just jump straight into it. First, log and examine every single purchase you make. We've already done a video that goes into great details about this, and I actually have a spreadsheet in the description of that video that you can download and use. Also, if you go over to our Discord, a couple of the members have even more advanced spreadsheets that they use that you can download. So get over to Discord and check it out and join the community and the conversation going on over there. In a nutshell, how can you know if you're hitting your target if you don't see where the arrow lands? How do you know if something is a good buy if you don't know what the premium was and what percentage it was and how much you paid over spot? You can't rely on the online dealer saying it's on sale and that the premium is only 33% off. Your log will keep you honest and help you see where you are and make sure you're not leaving those ounces on the table. But let's get to controversial strategies number 2 and 3, and I want to get those out of the way. Number 2, generics over sovereigns. Check out this video if you want an in-depth explanation and an explanation based on facts and the math. But in general, the extra money you spend on those pretty little minute coins does not come back to you when you sell. Not to mention that money that you have in those premiums does not appreciate with the silver or gold price. For example, if you can save the $3 to $4 on generics, for every tube you purchase, you can buy an extra 3 ounces or so of silver that will appreciate with the silver price, making you more money. The same is true when it comes to looking at bars. The third one, bars over coins. For silver, 10 ounce really does seem to be the sweet spot, but I do love my kilos. And I also think it's a decent idea to get, 200 or 300 ounce bars. I think that makes sense. But in terms of gold, 1 ounce bars over coins. Here's another video you can check out if you want to, and there's an in-depth explanation as to why you should be considering bars over coins. Here are my 2 disclaimers as it relates to points 2 and 3. First, we always had to let the math drive our decision making. Check out some of the online dealers and you can see what they charge for premiums and compare that to what they will buy it back for. And you will see there's a huge difference there and that you can actually save more money by buying the generics and then use that money to get you more ounces. Or go over to your LCS and ask them for the numbers. Don't ask for something crazy like an Eagle. Make it simple. Ask for a Britannia. How much will they sell to you over spot and what will they buy it back for? Versus a gold bar. How much will they sell to you over spot and what will they buy it back for? The math is the math, folks. It's just that simple. If the spread difference is negligible, buy whatever the heck you want. But if this is about getting the most for your money and putting your money to work, even if you save an extra $20 or $30, and that allows you to pick up another ounce of silver. That's what what 2023 has to be about. My second disclaimer is if you plan to sell locally and sell with your LCS, you do need to check with them, because depending on your market, your approach may need to shift. If they're saying they're not buying bars because that's just not what they do and they're the only show in town, then you got to play by their rules. Number 4, don't take anyone's opinions or statements as facts. We're not doing that in 2023. We're going to do our own research and we're going to find out for ourselves. In this recent video, I use clips from experts that dispel so many of the bad myths and bad information. Things like generics are harder to sell. Not true. Or you get your money back when you buy sovereign coins. Not true. Bars are harder to sell. Not true. Or bars are faked more. Not really true either. Number 5, hedging your metals. Now, who knows? Maybe it will be a black swan event that actually takes place that is negative for metals and they don't take off, or heaven forbid the prices plummet. One of the very best hedges is buying your metals the right way in the first place, meaning keeping your premiums low. Next, don't try to time the market. I'm not saying we should be trying to time the overall market, but we should try to time our purchases based on chart patterns like looking at Elliott waves. Or if nothing else, just buying on the down days. While this may not seem like a hedge, your personal finances, specifically your savings, having a budget, and living within your means, significantly decreases the chances of you being forced to sell your metals at a non-optimal time, which is a very important hedge as well. I'll come back to that in a moment. Next, number 6, leverage. Don't get me wrong, physical metals in your possession is absolutely the preferred way to stack. But that doesn't mean that we can't stack mining stocks. When you buy your physical, your upside is directly connected to the metal prices, and it's limited by how many ounces you could actually have in your hand, in your possession. But when we start talking about the mining stocks in particular, and I'm taking out ETFs for the moment here because that's something very different, the mining stocks give you exposure to the metals market that is leveraged in a different kind of way, which can truly amplify your returns. You need to go do your homework and your research and decide if that is something for you. You go find some people that talk about mining stocks, listen to videos, do some research. There are plenty of people out there that offer subscriptions where you can see what they're buying in their portfolio. You can also, they'll also make recommendations. Do your homework. But I do think that our ability to leverage our smaller amounts of money in buying stocks really does give us a great opportunity in 2023. Number 7, finding value and paying attention to those overlooked items. For me, these overlooked items are really 2 different categories: commemorative coins and odd weight coins. For example, for all my junk silver people, US commemorative coins are a great way to get 90% silver close to spot price or for a few bucks over. They are often overlooked and they don't particularly sell well at LCSs or at coin show. Even in this ugly market with these crazy high premiums, I've been able to score some good deals on these kinds of coins. Connected to that, you can often get some commemorative gold coins for $30 over spot. I have this Mark Twain gold coin, 1 ounce, that I got for $19.99 over spot from SD Bullion at some point last year. Do I care about Mark Twain? No, not enough to buy his coin. I care about it being gold and me being able to get it for $20 over spot. The next big opportunity for you are these old British sovereign coins, LME unit coins, and even gram bars, like this 10-ounce gram bar I picked up at spot during Black Friday. The issue is, us Americans, we typically don't like to do the extra math to figure out pricing for these odd weighted kind of items. But I consistently see these on sale for $19 to $25 over spot for fractional gold. Again, you do need to check with your LCS to make sure that there's a market for them if you need to sell. And you do typically have to fight with your LCS a little bit to make sure they get you as close to spot as possible. These LMEs and British sovereigns don't have a huge spread, so they really do cut it close when it comes to you selling it back to them. But hey, that's the same thing people used to say about kilos when I was buying them 2 or 3 years ago for $1.99 over spot. And now you can't find kilos for, less than $3 most of the time. Number 8, buy when on sale. I think too often we become hyper-focused on spot price and lose sight or just accept that premiums are where they are at the moment. Remind yourself that every percent over spot that you pay is exactly how much silver or gold has to go up just for you to break even. The key is to be in the green with your investments as soon as possible. So always go out and find the very best deals that you can. And I'm going to tell you, the first place you always start is findbullionprices.com, because you can quickly see all the major players and what they are pricing things for. From there, then you start checking your email list and seeing if you got any notices in your email or if there are any flash sales and things like that. And it's important because not all of the online dealers are listed on Find Bullion Prices. There are phenomenal dealers like Pimbex. Shout out to my boys at Pimbex. There are great dealers like them that aren't listed on the site. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but this is your money, and money saved is money earned. Got a bonus strategy for you. Maybe the most important strategy of all is getting your personal finances in order. I don't care if you have debt or you're debt free or whatever your situation is. I want you to focus on 2023. I want you to commit to running your financial life like a business. That every dollar that you earn, I want you to see that dollar as an employee. And that when you go and buy things, that you putting your employee out there and not getting that employee back. And that every employee has a job, and their job is to go get you more employees. So when you spend money, I want you to see that as you losing an employee that you have to work hard to replace. Every employee that goes into metals, mining stocks, or even cash is an employee that's going out in the world to help you get more employees. If you want to win at this game of stacking and the game of life, the key is how many employees do you have out there working for you versus your employees going out into the world, disappearing and never coming back to you and working for someone else. Your employees disappear and start working for someone else when you have 15 different TV apps that you pay for every month and you don't only watch 2 or 3 of them. Or that gym membership that you haven't seen in 3 months. Or when your employees go to pay for your car or home insurance and you're paying too much because you won't take an hour to shop around and save yourself some money. Or your employees going out and disappearing in the DoorDash because you're ordering overpriced food for delivery when you could get up and run out and go get it yourself. The question for you is, will you make 2023 about your life being a business and then you seeing yourself as the CEO of that business, ultimately responsible for the profitability of your business, of your life? That your goal is to reduce your expenses, to be responsible for the effectiveness of every employee, every dollar, and to consistently make great investment decisions like buying metals, buying stocks, and keeping up cash. If so, I want you to make that commitment real by typing "I commit" in the comment section, and I will respond with "I will support you." Finally, there are far more strategies that need to be implemented, but until we get these essential 8s down first, the foundation isn't steady and everything is going to wobble on top of that. So if you've learned anything, if you've gotten any value, could you please acknowledge my impact by hitting the like button? And if you want to make sure you don't miss out on this kind of content, I invite you to subscribe with notifications turned on so that you can always be a part of the Stackers University learning community, because we are full of A+ students that always stack smarter and never stop learning.